Hi guys, Righteous Framer here, welcoming you back to the Ungaslightable podcast, where I share tips and steps on how to climb out of your narcissist pit. So today's tip is on the topic of codependency. You have to get a grasp on codependency if you hope to escape your narcissist pit. Codependent people are the prime targets of narcissists. Narcissists can smell codependent people a mile away. Now, we sometimes hear codependents referred to as enablers. If you watch my 600-Pound Life, one of my favorite shows, if you watch Intervention, you would know that there's always an enabler helping the addict or the overeater to stay sick. They don't see it as that. They see it as if they're helping the person, but they're actually harming the person. So if you watch shows like that, you will see there's always an enabler. Every time you see an addict or overweight person, like 600 pounds and around that size, it's always an enabler or a codependent person helping them stay that size and helping them to stay sick. And the codependent people don't want to hear that or believe that, but they're actually not good for the person. Another word we use for codependence is empaths. But another word I want to bring out in this video is people pleasers. Codependent people are also people pleasers. And so codependent people are stuck with the narcissist because they keep trying to please them. The narcissist is going to continue to try to be pleased because they're so self-absorbed. So I'm going to read to you just two verses I read in the Bible about people pleasing or man pleasing. That's 1 Thessalonians 2:4. But just as we have been approved by God to be entrusted with the gospel, so we speak, not to please man, but to please God who tests our hearts. So Apostle Paul is saying, we're not doing this to please man. When you try to do God's work, you will not please man. I guarantee you. Another verse on people pleasing is Galatians 1, chapter 10. And Apostle Paul again saying, for am I now seeking the approval of man or of God? Whose approval are you seeking? Are you trying to please man or God? Am I trying to please man? Are you trying to please man? Are you a people pleaser? If I were still trying to please man, I would not be a servant of Christ. So you see here, you all, that the Bible does not refer to people pleasing as a good quality to have. You need to make a decision. You're going to make good choices for people, for yourself, for God, for the community that you live in. So codependent people, you're going to have to make a hard decision to no longer please the narcissist. If you cannot please them, being a people pleaser, the only other option you have is to displease them. You will have to displease the narcissist for them to disappear. So if you have to people please to keep them around, you would have to displease them to make them go away. Now, the thing about them going away is that it triggers your biggest fear that a codependent person has. And that fear is being left alone, being abandoned, being rejected, being neglected. So people pleasers or codependents or empaths or enablers, not so much empaths, but enablers, they try to do whatever they can to make the narcissist or anybody happy so the person will not leave them alone. For example, if a person is an alcoholic and you know they shouldn't have any more alcohol because it's damaging their liver and their brain, you keep giving them liquor or money for liquor, you keep taking them to bars and whatnot, you're doing that to please them, to keep them around you. You are giving them all this alcohol that destroys their organs so that they can be around you. You cannot say you love them if you're doing something that's going to damage their bodies and shorten their lifespan. So people pleasers, they try to do things like that. Our 600-pound life, you're giving these people 20,000 calories a day, knowing it's clogging the arteries and whatnot. You're trying to please them. But what you're really trying to do if you're people pleasing, you're actually trying to control people. You're trying to control them so that they will not leave you. If I keep feeding them, they'll keep coming over for dinner. If I keep giving them liquor, they'll keep hanging out with me on the weekends. If I keep doing their homework for them, they'll always come over after class. You're only trying to please people so that you can control people. And that's not right. People should not be controlled. People should be free to do what they want to do, whether it's good or bad. But you should not help them to do bad just to please yourself. So when you're people pleasing, you're ultimately pleasing you. You give them things to make them come back to you. So people pleasing is actually controlling people because your biggest fear as a codependent person is being left alone. I don't want to be left alone. If I don't get them what they want, they're going to leave me. Some parents who go through divorce and they have to share custody with their ex-spouse, they'll overgive the kids a bunch of toys and gifts and money so the child can choose to spend custody with them over the other spouse. Either the other person is best for the child, they will overgive the kids a bunch of gifts to make the child pick them. Not doing what's best for the child, doing what's best for them and their flesh. So codependent people, when you say no to the narcissist, I will tell you this, you will lose them. You had to people please to get them and keep them. So you would have to displease them to lose them. So you're going to have to displease the narcissist to make them go away. To escape the narcissist pit, you will have to displease them. You will have to do things that they do not like. You may say, well, if I stop sleeping with him, then he won't call me again. Well, good riddance. If I stop giving her money, she'll never call me again. You save money that way. When you stop doing what you don't need to do, you'll stop attracting what you're not supposed to have. When you stop doing what you're not supposed to do, you'll stop attracting what you don't need to have in the first place. And you'll leave room for the right people. God will bring people into your life who are healthy, who are loving, who are not users. If you say no to the narcissist and giving them all that they want, you will lose them and you will feel lonely for a time. But when you work on yourself and your self-esteem, God will bring the right people into your space, okay? And you will not even miss a narcissist anymore. So, again, codependent people, the truth of the matter is you are people-pleasing to control people, to please yourself, to deal with your triggers of being abandoned. Some of y'all were abandoned as children. Maybe you had a parent that was on drugs and never spent time with you. Maybe you had a deadbeat dad who didn't want to do with you. Maybe you had a parent who was in jail. Maybe you had a mom who left the family to go run off with a pool boy. I don't know. But you're trying to avoid people leaving you. Or maybe you had a friend who y'all were best friends in elementary school, and then when she became a cheerleader in high school, she abandoned you. You're trying to do everything you can to keep people around you, but the people you're trying to keep around you are bad for you. They're toxic for you. So again, codependent people, stop controlling people. Let them go, and God will replace them. If you want to know more about this topic and other topics related to narcissistic abuse recovery, please visit my website, www.righteousrayma.com, www.righteousrayma.com, where I have my new book. It's in pre-sale. It's going to be released on June 1st. Go ahead and purchase it now, and I have 3 shirts available as well. The book is called Gaslit, Escaping the Narcissist Pit. Gaslit, Escaping the Narcissist Pit. I'll be sharing some of these videos on my website as well. Please subscribe, leave comments, and buy the book. Y'all have paperback and hardcover, and I have 3 shirts on there right now. Go ahead and purchase the book now. It's going to bless your life. I'm not just saying it because I wrote it. I mean it. It's going to bless your life, okay? Thank you guys for watching. Please share and subscribe to Righteous Rayma. Bye-bye.